I'd like to welcome each and every individual to Voices of Integrity podcast for your voice in my headset about friendships. So, warning, don't know what's going to happen on today's call. Nora had a whole bunch of stuff planned out, but she's like, I don't know if it's as crazy as the stuff that you have, Mark. And she's in the mood for crazy today. So she said, yeah, you just take it and run with it. But before we do that, um, do any of you ladies have anything that you would like to share before I? I don't know what's going to happen today. Like, why are you
That's
laughing?
scary
Right,
because you don't know what's going to happen.
right, right.
I thought you always know what's going to
Yeah, evidently, obviously not. Okay, nothing.
No, this is going to be interesting.
Right. So, what if this was the last podcast we ever had on your voice in my headset? Would it change anything?
Huh, good question. Kind of guess it depends on how much we want to make a difference in people's lives and what we think will make a difference.
Mary's working, so she's just sitting in. So I don't know that she'll be able to participate, but she's listening in. So it's Nora, Rosanna, and I for right now. So Nora,
Not sure.
so
Potentially.
how?
I don't know, just like a maybe like a level of appreciation for like all the discussions we've had on here.
Right? You think it'd be more significant?
You mean if we said it was the last podcast?
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
So two questions got answered a couple nights ago or last night. I forget which one it was. Um, Semi-answered to some degree. I've wondered why friendships come and go. We covered that earlier on one, but it seems to me they come and go because one or both parties aren't growing.
Okay.
And and I think if our life vision isn't bigger than death, we're gonna grow. We're not gonna or we're gonna stop growing at some point. And so Nora, what level of friendship do you think you and I have?
Um, Not sure.
If you had to guess, which would you guess?
I don't know, probably level one or two.
Yeah, I was thinking level two. So how does it go from a level four to a level two? Is that okay?
Different seasons.
Like, and do you just, things are whatever they are, it is whatever it is. I mean, like if, like, what did you say, Rosanna?
a different season of the friendship and things going on in people's lives that makes the friendship change.
So let's just say it's a level 2. Let's just say that for Nora and I.
Uh-huh.
So, Nora, like if there was one thing that you think that would have caused it to be a level 2, what do you think it is?
Um, think one thing.
Or two? I mean, whatever. But like, what are they? One thing or two or three things, the major factors in causing it to be? Uh, and it's cool that Mary's on today. Actually, really cool, because this is what she was afraid of. This is what she was concerned for, or aware of, or something. She's like, I don't know if I want to do a level 4 with my sister because I don't want to lose my sister.
I think for me it was um like it felt maybe confined a bit, like I don't know, caged.
Confined or controlling, or maybe they're both the same.
They might be both the same, one and the same, maybe a little bit different, but
Yeah. So I think for me, anything else that you can think of on why, if it goes from a 4 to a 2, like why did it? Anything else that comes to mind?
lack of listening.
Ooh. So
Like
would you go with
curiosity, like when you hear something, um, like are you quick to react or are you quick to want to understand it? Like actually listen to the person, like his the heart, like why are you saying what you're saying? What do you mean by what you're saying? Like instead of just snapping into you think you know what they're trying to communicate and then it's not even close.
so would you say it's confined or controlling? Or both?
Both.
A lack of listening curiosity. Anything else?
Not that I can think of right now.
So do you know how many months it's been?
8.
8 months. So for me, I would say the two things I would say is one, uh, a lack of growing, and two is being controlled by others.
You mean outside the friendship?
Yeah. Yep.
So you're saying that if someone else is controlling them more or controlling them to not have the friendship that
Control, I
they
wouldn't
have?
say them. I just say they're controlling. It's no longer controlled by Nora and I. It's no longer control. It's outside. It's outside of, her control or my control is what I would say.
Uh, okay.
Questions or thoughts from anybody?
You said lack of growing, I think is the term you used. Can you like explain that part of it?
So my guess is, well, I don't know. Like Nora, would you? would you say that you thought I was controlling or confining you?
Yeah, it's like if you do a certain thing, like then like we can't be friends or
Right. So, so for me, yeah, I'm like, yeah, I don't think she's growing anymore. I think she's stuck. She's locked. Does that answer your question, Elaine?
Ish, like what I guess my thing would be what are the signs that somebody's has stopped growing or isn't growing anymore, or like how do you see that?
So Nora said confined, controlling, the two reasons she would give. So she said, I think that the relation, friendship might be a level two. Like she went with level one, but then she realized, no, it's more than that. It's a level two. Like, and I wouldn't disagree with her. Gone from level four to level two. Yep. Well, and so she said the two reasons was confined or controlling and the lack of listening or curiosity. And so, um, and so what's fascinating with human behavior is when things are going good. I talked about this in an earlier in Man and Mirror. I don't know if I finished it. When we see success, we should look out the window and be thankful for everybody else that helped us to get success. And when we have issues, we should look in the mirror. It's us. But the opposite is actually human nature. So it's actually human nature. And um, so in pickleball today, she said her rule is that if they score 4 points in a row, they take a break. So she takes a timeout and a break to regather. It's like, huh. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to write a pickleball book and how to be better in pickleball based on your personality, but so much more than that. How does pickleball relate to your life and relationships? So she talked. So Roseanne and I were leading by 5, and they took a break. So we had momentum, 1 point after another point. They couldn't stop us, and then they got momentum, and they came back. And um, so Nora, I mean, I can lead about uh, not growing, and so I think, yeah, I think it's Nora's not growing, and outside people, she's allowing others people to do, control it, which is whatever. Um, and I'm guessing she thinks I'm controlling or confining her or lack of listening and curiosity. That's my guess. Would that be fair to say, Nora?
yeah.
Yeah. So did you want to lead or you want me to lead on that, Nora?
I don't care, you can lead. I am curious as to like what makes you think that I'm not growing or what I guess indications would be that I'm not growing.
So on the confined and locked, it's on that. I think I know what that situation. We don't need to talk about specifics, but I'm fine talking about them too. But I'm not, I'm not going to just talk about specifics, but I can. So if Nora wants to bring up specifics, she's fine with doing that. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. And so, but I want to be considerate, too. And so on the things that were confining and controlling, it's like I felt she was locked. Like, yeah, I'm just going to do it. There's not really any consideration. I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. It's like, okay. And so then you do what you're going to do. And then there's, well, just let adults do whatever they do. Okay. So just let people do whatever they do. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So just don't care. Uh huh. Gotcha. Okay. And so, so I've been down that path before. I've been down it with my wife, been down it with my kids, been down it with other people. So I'm like, okay, you got
Okay, so
that.
at what point do you get to do you get to weigh everything and then make a decision? And have it not be that you're locked, like you've considered, different aspects of it, you've looked at it from different angles, and then you make a decision. Like, at what point does that
Right.
become
So
just like you made a decision or you're just locked?
right. So you went ahead and looked at things. You considered things. You looked at the different possibilities and you considered the different aspects of it. You went through that whole process.
Yes.
Yeah. And so one of the things that you said that you thought, moved it from a 4 to a 2 is me lack of listening or curiosity. So do you feel that you went ahead and listened and were curious about why I thought the way I did?
Yes. Not, I didn't ask you at that time, but we had talked about it quite a bit leading up to it. So I knew where you stood. I knew why you stood there. Um, and so, yes, I didn't specifically ask you at that time, but it's something that we had talked about previously and gone over everything previously.
Right. Right. And that's what I thought. And so when another situation came around, I thought I'd considered everything and knew what you thought. And so I'm not going to listen or be curious either because I didn't think you were listening or curious. So I'll just return the favor to you. So
Okay.
for me, Elaine, there's a lot of history with Locked. There's a lot of history with people wanting help, needing help, being super nice and doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's crazy how amazing they are, and then all of a sudden they're not. Like it's just like a switch flipped, and it's just like, yep, it's different now. And it's like, and there's a very specific event, and now it's 3 for 3. Like it's like two other situations, boom, happened exactly like this one did. And it's like, yipper is just like this. And um, so it's like, yeah, this is how it's going to be. And okay, fine. It's good. Like, that's what you want it to be. That's what you want it to be. So to me, that's not somebody growing. That's like, they're going to do what they're going to do and they're going to, it is what it is. Does that answer your question, Elaine, or not?
Yeah, kind of ish, sort of.
Okay. Nora, your thoughts or questions?
Just trying to process that.
Okay, that's fair. Anybody else have any thoughts?
So when someone is locked on a particular direction that they want to go, and the other person doesn't like that direction or doesn't think that direction serves them well, how do you work something out like that if it's like it seems like one's locked one way, one's locked another way, but maybe
In my experience with
there's
women, and children, well, people, first women came to mind. Then I'm like, nah, it happened with children. Then I'm like, no, it happens with the white male over 50, just people. It's everybody. But it's probably more with women and children because there's a sense that I have a higher sense of responsibility to protect and watch over women and children than I do white males over 50. Don't have a lot of sense of like, you know what? You want to blow your, just make sure you don't Yeah, I don't get the shrapnel. You want to blow yourself up, you want to blow your wife and kids up, whatever. It's your family, it's you. And so for me, um, I invest, I think, substantially more into women and children than I do into, white males over 50. So there's additional sensitivity. In my experience, people are just going to do when they get their minds locked, they're just going to do what they're going to do. And they have the reasons for it, they have everything else. And it's like, okay. I mean, if I can go ahead and accept, if I can accept my children doing that, if I can accept my 18-year-old daughter putting her very life at risk and everything else at that, and I say, okay, you make a decision. Okay, I can do that to others.
Okay, so question. So
Yeah.
if you have a situation where it's like you have a friend that does something or is gonna do something and you think it's a terrible choice, you think it's not gonna be go well for them, you say something to them, like let's say they listen to you just out of nothing more than just listening to you. They don't see what you see. And do you think that if it's do you think that's taking a learning experience away from them? Whether it would have gone okay, like it would have been totally fine, or it would have been bad, like do you think that that's taking a learning experience away from somebody?
Potentially.
So it's like, do you think that that person could have grown whether or not if he chose to listen to you or she chose not to listen to you or did listen to you, do you, do you think that both situations you can grow from it?
Unless you don't get out of the car. Once you can't get out of the car, you can't grow. You're done. It's done. You're done. Because some people don't get out of the car. They just don't. And when that person doesn't get out of the car, nobody takes ownership. I mean, I do, but nobody else does, which is fine. It's okay. It's just, it's just weird. Like Alvin yesterday, I asked him about his best friends, and he said trust and acceptance. I said, "What does that mean?" It said, "Can you can share the hard things in life?" Okay, and then to make something. He doesn't like when people make something that's not like he doesn't want people to blow it up into something bigger than it is. Okay, um, just enough into to look for the truth. So little pieces and then small pieces, who you can talk to, aren't horrified in what you share. Share your heart and the info, and it's not misused. You talking about a sense of enjoyment, knowledge, respect, and judgment, benefit from their knowledge. He said, but it's interesting. I said, is that like a moment in time or over a period of time? And he said, it's over a period of time because somebody can be a really good person and really good Christian and not. And then our time ran out. Our 2 hours ran out. And so there are some people, and it's the lot. There are some people, they're just so bullheaded. They have to learn by putting their hand on the stove. They just do. They just do. They have to make stupid decisions. Like there was a mom once that said, I think her 6-year-old son, like they had a wood burning stove or something in the living room, and he put his arm right up against the stove and it just burned him. Like, I don't know, third-degree burn. Mom helped him, got it all stuff. Well, I hope he learns there. And he didn't. As soon as he healed, put it back up again. Another friend of mine said that he had his, I don't know, his third, 4-year-old, and he saw him putting a screwdriver in the socket. He got, yep, he's going to learn. Put it in, shocked him. Now, I would have never done that. He probably knows more than I do about electricity. I'm like, that could kill somebody. I'm not going to allow a 3-year-old put themselves into a situation. But if it's just going to hurt the living daylights out of him, I don't mind that. And so it shocked him. He's zap. Like, and he's like, okay, he'll learn. He didn't. Took the screwdriver, put it in again. Didn't learn then. Put it in a third time. Didn't learn. And it's like, now that son is, I don't know, like 30 years old. And it's like, so I'm just curious, is your son like that now? He's like, yep. So, for me, I don't know. Am I only going to have level 4 friends that they can learn from past mistakes they make? Or like, do you have to make the mistakes yourself? Like, do you have to? And some people do. They just do. And so I'm thinking about putting together an agreement and saying, hey, here's the choices. Here's the possible implication of these choices. And then, like, it's interesting, and women are famous for this. It's such a cute thing when women do it. It's like, well, I just simply won't tell you about it. Okay. Fine. It's like their drama and trauma and all their pain. It's like a pleasure to go ahead and be told, like, man, I just wish, I just want to go ahead and deal with all your trauma and pain. And I don't mind doing it like once, but if they're not going to learn from it, really, like, it's almost like, here's an agreement. I don't feel listened to. I don't feel listened to. I don't feel there's any curiosity. You're just going to do what you're going to do, and that's what you're going to do. And you're not going to consider me at all and what I've put in and what I've invested and what I've been through. You don't think about any of it. It's like, okay. So going forward, I don't want to hear about this. Don't even bring it up to me. Like, just don't. Like, just don't even talk to me about it. So it's weird. It's like they're like a child. And one of my friends went ahead and said that they're adults. What if they're acting like children? Well, just let them do it. Oh, you know what? I think those might be best to be level 1 friends. How long does it have? They start talking and bitching and moaning and whining and, about all this pain that they go through. And it's like, hey, sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I got other stuff to do. Man, that sounds like a terrible thing. That's got to be terrible to be in your situation. Just terrible. There's another person who said that they were a friend of mine. I think they said they want to be a level 4. And they said, yeah, I have very few friends, close friends. I understand why. Jeepers. Holy cow. And I have very few friends, I would say. And it's okay. Like, I'm fine with that. But it's almost like this person is just mean and nasty. It's like, jeepers. Like, they will return evil for good. And it's like, okay. So it's a fascinating journey for me. And so it's like if somebody doesn't have a vision, the people perish. Why? Because they're not growing. On the way home from doubles pickleball training, I said, it seems like the older I get, the more I want to grow. The more I learn how to be a better student of people in life, the more I can see, oh, this is what's going to happen. Okay. So it's what an amazing 8 months it's been. I mean, just so cool. Mary, I don't know that you can interact with us, but you're free to, share anything if you want to or have any questions. Roseanne, anything else you got?
I do not.
Elaine, anything else you got?
No, I don't think I do.
Okay. Nora, anything else you got?
No.
So I said to Rosanna, I said on the way back, I said, I think my rules actually would benefit everybody. If people had my rules, I think they're not just for Mark. Like, I don't think they're just for Mark. I think they're for, everybody. And so, one is never put short. So if you're thinking about stopping something, don't stop it. Go beyond it. Doesn't mean it needs to go forever. And so, Nora, we've never even talked about this. We never talked, if we want to stop this, So if you or I make a decision to say, I think it's run its course and we got what we want out of it, I think we'll stop it. How much further beyond it do you think we ought to go? Should we just do one more? Like, I think we want to quit. Like you choose or I choose. Yeah, I think we got everything we can out of it. I think it's ready to be done. So should we go 1 week beyond that, or should we go a month or 2 months or a year, 10 years? Like, what do you think we ought to do?
I don't know.
So what you do is you just guess. You just, put the double analytic in the closet and you just make up a number. You just say, and it's not like it couldn't change. Like it can change. It can go up. It can go down. Um, but like, what's the first number comes to mind for you?
I don't know, like 2 weeks.
Okay. So if Nora or I say, I think it's run its course, then we say, okay. And then we'll go 2 more weeks and see, see if that changes anything. If it doesn't, it's like, it's all good. Anybody else have anything else? By the way, Hope Bickle, I also said to Rosanna, that I think something's wrong with me. She said, what is that? And um it's almost like with people, like it's like I enjoy them so much and certain people so much, and they seem to enjoy me so much. And then it's almost like it's almost like I don't know if I'm too much for him. Like he's just too much. Or um I've never had anybody say I got bored with you, Mark. Never had that happen. Like your life is too boring, your stuff is too boring, your friendship is too boring. I've never had that happen before. So it's almost like when I told Patrick a year ago, like before I ever met Nora. I told Patrick a year ago, I said, when I get bored with people, so when they get locked, when I perceive, what, they've grown as far as they're going to grow. Not that they're never going to grow again. It's just, they've grown as far as they're going to grow, and that's where they're going to be. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being on a plateau. I mean, being a plateau, it's fine. But then I just seem to go and move on. I just like, okay. And I either go on alone, which is fine, or I don't know, I find somebody else that I perceive to be interested in growing and pour everything into them. And it's become so accustomed, I become so accustomed to it that it's like, it's just like, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. And some of you might be thinking, Mark, are you making it happen? Right? I can speak someday into existence. Like, probably, I don't know. So, anyways, thank you, Nora, for everything and all this. This is cool. Thank you, ladies, for being a part of this. This is really, really neat. Um, gives us, a lot to think on, sleep on, kind of go over and look over, and hopefully this is helping us in every friendship that we have, every relationship we have, and reflecting into the past and then looking into the future as well. So we do have better relationships, better friendships, and more if that's what we want, and deeper as well. Always remember, we can accomplish so much more together than we ever could on our own. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.